And you can decorate and color your hearts like however you want, or you can write little um, kind messages to yourself on them or reminders, things that you feel like you'll need to hear. Like something we don't always speak to ourselves. I think we're often meaner to ourselves in our own minds than we would be to a friend. And if you think about the way that you would encourage a friend, or if you should speak to yourself just as kindly, and even if you don't, um, even if it feels funny, it's good to say kind things to ourselves because we deserve it, and it helps us to counter mean thoughts that we might have um, about ourselves. So this book is kind of about that, and it's called Listening with My Heart by Gabi Garcia. Esperanza's tummy fluttered as she practiced her lines on the porch. Today was the class play. Waiting for Mama to walk with her to school, she paced back and forth when she spotted a heart-shaped rock. Esperanza picked it up and showed it to Mama as soon as she stepped outside. "I see you found a treasure," said Mama. Esperanza rubbed its rough surface and felt a twinkle of joy. "Maybe it's a sign." "For what?" asked Mama. She thought about the class play later that afternoon, wondering what it would finally be like in the spotlight. "To put my heart into everything I do," she answered. At that moment they heard scratching and a soft cry. Esperanza peeked under the stairs and spotted a kitty shaking and shivering. No Mama in sight. She scooped the kitten onto her lap and cuddled her. "She's all alone. I think she's hungry." Esperanza reached for her lunch bag, pinched off a piece of chicken, and offered it to the kitty, who gobbled it up. "Mama, I think the rock is a reminder to spread kindness and love. That's what we do when we listen with our hearts." "I think you're onto something," said Mama. "Can we keep Cleopatra, please?" asked Esperanza, who'd already named the cat. "Queens are always welcome at our house," said Mama. "If she's still here when you get back from school, we'll take her in." At school, Esperanza was more focused on the play than on math or reading. Clutching her script during recess, she noticed Bayo sitting alone on a bench. He was new in school this week and didn't speak much English. She wondered if he felt lonely or scared. Esperanza found a soccer ball and kicked it over to him. A smile spread across Bayo's face. He stood, popped the ball in the air, and bounced it between his knee and his head a few times. They spent recess giggling and making up hand signals. Afterwards, Esperanza borrowed Miss Owen's English-Vietnamese dictionary. She wrote "friend" in Vietnamese, drew a picture of Bayo and her, and put it on his desk. Esperanza rubbed the rock in her pocket. Listening with her heart made her feel peaceful inside. Finally, it was time for the performance. It was too late for Bayo to be in the play, but he stood at Miss Owen's side as a stagehand. Excitement bubbled as Esperanza waited for her cue. Esperanza walked on stage, tripped as she was about to say her first line, and splattered across the stage. When she got up, she forgot her lines, so Miss Owen whispered them to her from backstage. Heat rushed through Esperanza's body as all eyes were glued to her. She wished she could disappear. "I ruined the play," thought Esperanza, rushing off stage as soon as she finished her part. "I messed up in front of everyone." She tucked herself in behind some props so no one would see her. Esperanza noticed her body shaking and her face still burning. She took a deep breath and dug the rock out of her pocket. It was cracked and lopsided, just how she felt. Esperanza touched her hand to her heart and felt the disappointment. I think we all feel like that sometimes. Like when I mess up, make mistakes on doing crafts all the time, and that can be really disappointing when you make a mistake. Um, but Esperanza learns that she didn't ruin it, and that she deserves to be kinder to herself, just like I do when I mess up, and just like you do. We all make mistakes, and they're good because they help us learn. Bayo found Esperanza a few minutes later and handed her a drawing with the word "friend" written above it. Esperanza nodded. She hadn't been treating herself like a friend. How would you treat a friend? That's how we deserve to treat ourselves. If a friend made a mistake, what would you say to comfort that friend? That's how we deserve to speak to ourselves. Esperanza realized this wasn't the first time she'd been unkind to herself. At the soccer game last weekend, she'd missed the ball that swished by her head, and they lost the game. "Nice work," a player from the other team yelled, as the others laughed. Esperanza thought she'd lost her team. She'd let her team down and was the worst soccer player in the world. Thinking those thoughts made her feel worse. At the curtain call, Esperanza reminded herself she hadn't ruined the play. She'd had an accident, and accidents happen to everyone. Listening with her heart wasn't just about giving kindness and love to others. It was about giving it to herself, too. I can be a friend to myself, thought Esperanza. When Esperanza got home, she focused on her favorite things. She zipped down the hill on her bike, then spent the afternoon painting at the kitchen table. She also got the hug she needed from Mama, and talked with Mama about her day, and got some cuddles from Cleopatra. The end. So Esperanza is kind to Beo in the book, her friend, but then she learns that she shouldn't speak to herself unkindly, and she deserves to be as kind to herself as she is to other people. And she does things to take care of herself, like playing, and that she enjoys. And those are loving things that we can do for ourselves. And also talking with someone when you're upset. Um, and there's so many different ways that we can do loving things for ourselves, and everybody's different. So I hope that this bird will be a reminder of that to you, that you deserve that. And I hope that you have a really fun time doing it. And I will leave you with this final joke. what? How do crows stay together in a flock? With Velcro. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye.